I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Well, what's at the top of your retirement bucket list? If you're like most folks that I help prepare for retirement, travel is somewhere near the top of the list. As I've grown older, though, my views on retirement travel have changed. I used to buy into the dream of retirement as the golden years. I thought of it as the time in life when people are free to do what they want, when they want, and with whom they want. But working with older clients has really taught me that my younger views of the glory of retirement were a bit naive. While certainly some people do experience years of unlimited and unfettered travel, there are many more who don't find it so easy. Doing what you want, when you want, with whom you want, assumes three things we often take for granted. That's good health, adequate finances, and meaningful relationships. Let's look at health. When it comes to travel, good health may not be essential, but it will make your experience much more fulfilling and enjoyable. Of course, we aren't typically in either good or poor health, but we fall somewhere on a continuum. You may be able to shop at the bazaar in Istanbul, maybe with some limited mobility, but chances are you aren't going to hike the Grand Canyon or explore the Acropolis. Like most things, good health typically requires a conscious intention to create and maintain it. Someone who has a money script of, when I retire, I'll have the time and money to take better care of myself, may be in for a really big surprise. Most people who chose not to take care of their health before retirement aren't going to in retirement. As one retired friend once said, if you didn't have the energy to work out when you were young, you sure won't have it when you retire. What's even more uncontrollable is the health of those with whom you wish to share your travel adventures. Even if you've taken care of yourself, your significant other may be unable to travel. Instead of strolling on a beach in the Bahamas, you could end up at home being a caretaker. Let's talk about the second aspect, which is money. On average, baby boomers have saved less than $100,000 for retirement. Now that won't pay for many around the world cruises, maybe one. If you want to travel after you retire, you need a serious commitment during your working years to live frugally and invest as much as you can. Otherwise, you may end up with just barely enough to cover your basic living expenses. And finally, relationships. If you spend your career working 80 hours a week, you may accumulate enough assets to fund plenty of retirement travel. But by then, you may be traveling alone. Saving for the future is out of balance if it's done at the expense of enjoying life and close relationships today. By now, you may think I'm suggesting that you have no better choice than to spend your retirement years at home. Well, that's not exactly what I'm saying. But here's one possibility. If travel is one of your dreams, what would happen if you did some of it now? Use your vacation time while you can enjoy yourself. Take that motorcycle trip through Europe or go scuba diving in Belize while you're in top shape. Do the international travel now when you can better negotiate airports, handle travel delays, and power through jet lag. To save on expenses, plan ahead. Use a credit card that awards frequent flyer miles, which you pay off monthly, and use cost-saving options like home swaps and off-season travel. Then, after you retire, when you need more access to medical care and less demanding travel, you can stay closer to home and enjoy the opportunities in your own backyard. Thanks for listening.